Hey everyone, and welcome to Real Person Reviews. My name is Sam, and I'm a real person. And today I want to talk to you about the last game in the Game Boy Advance Castlevania trilogy, Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Now, if you want to hear about the first two, you can check out my reviews on both of those. Circle of the Moon was the first one, and Harmony of Dissonance was the second one. So we're going to look at this one and then see how it compares to, well, the others. Like all three of these, I guess all three of these, and I was going to say like the other two, all three of these are, as I've been saying, metroidvania, very much in the style of Symphony of the Night. And Aria of Sorrow, in many ways, is actually very close to it in a lot of the things it does, but it still has a different style. I feel like this is really kind of a blending of what they did with Symphony of the Night and Harmony of Dissonance, and combining that with Circle of the Moon's stuff. So basically I feel like this is an upgraded Circle of the Moon, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Basically, you run around in Dracula's castle, and you kill enemies. You can get some new equipment to kill them. As you kill them, you get experience and you level up. You can get abilities along the way to help you explore the castle, and I mean, you can find some shops to buy things, and I mean, that's basically it. You're going through the castle and exploring and trying to get to the end of it, and your ultimate goal is really to escape the castle, because you're not even supposed to be there in the first place. But in here it has things to do with souls again, which were kind of an idea used in Circle of the Moon, but in here the idea is that basically you get the souls of defeated enemies. Some of these will be placed in special candle holders, which you'll just find throughout the game. There'll be special ones, and you'll break them open and get a skill. Usually that skill is something you need to progress. Oftentimes after fighting bosses to get to those areas. And that's pretty cool. And the way it works is you have this soul set thing. First of all, there are some that you can just activate so that you have the abilities available whenever, like a double jump, and there's a backdash, stuff like that. But there are also some that you have to equip. So basically under the soul equip area, there are 3 different things you can equip. The first one is basically what you would use for your sub-weapon, so it's your up and B attack. And most of those are just little projectiles that do different amounts of damage and take up different amounts of magic. Everything runs on a magic meter, so if you collect hearts in this game, it just fills your magic meter back up. But it also fills up over time, and you can refill it there are items you can just refill it, just like your health, or refill that and your health at a save station. So yes, this game has save stations. The second soul one is where you hit R to use it. And generally this is where you're going to find a few others. I know for sure at least there's one that you need for progression's sake here. And sometimes these things are special ones that are used for special things. Like there's one that can sap people's health away when you use it. There's one that's flying armor, which means that you just have this pair of wings that come out and basically slows your descent, which means you can kind of glide further than you normally would be able to. So that's pretty cool. But the last one is just a passive. Usually it's just some kind of stat boost. And this passive ability, you can just kind of select which one you want for the passive. It's interesting. So those are all pretty cool, and it's neat how you can kind of combine those different things plus different pieces of your armor, your equipment, in order to find the best combination for the given scenario. And you feel like you're really getting more powerful along the way, and you're exploring more of the castle, and it's really interesting. And eventually a merchant shows up, so you can actually buy new items and stuff there, which is really helpful, and he gets new ones, like new items and stuff as you go along. So that's really fun, and really it's just pretty simple. Go around, kill enemies, level up, kill bosses, get cool abilities, and ultimately try to beat the game. That's about it, and it's really fun the way it's designed. It's also really cool. I like that you can get new weapons in this one. You're not like restricted to a whip like in the other games. In this one, you start off with a knife, and you can get some other weapons. There is a whip. You can get some short swords and knives that stab very quickly but have very short range. There are some very heavy weapons like big swords and hammers and stuff that you can swing over your head. They have that little overarching range, but they're slow and they don't have much range either, which means that you have to be pretty close and precise with them. You get really good timing and stuff, so it's a trade-off you'll be making, obviously. And then there are some that are, have a little bit more range than others, but they aren't quite as fast. You just gotta figure out the speeds and stuff. And so there are multiple weapons for you to check out, and some of them have cool effects on them as well. So that's really cool. But you only have 3 pieces of equipment in this one, which is a little strange, but I mean, it's really cool, You get, basically you have your weapon, your clothes, and then an accessory. Those are what you're wearing. Pretty simple, and it's interesting. It's just super fun the way it's done. The atmosphere is cool, the gameplay, and I think this has probably, I will say this, of the 3, this probably has the best control. It feels like you really have control over your movements and your attacks and everything, and I apologize for the footage. It's kind of hard to see when I record it because I don't have recording equipment for it, so it's like I just recorded it off of my Game Boy Advance screen, and with the way my camera makes it look, it's kind of weird. So I hit things a lot in there. I'm not usually that bad, but I'm not great. Aria of Sorrow is really nice because also there's not a lot of times where I had to grind. There were a few times when I had to grind in this game. I beat it a few times, actually, because I've had it the longest of the 3. But the thing is, you really don't... If you're good, you can overcome things. I never felt like I had to grind to get past an area, but I felt like it was probably my best bet because I was still doing pretty bad, and I figured if I could do more damage, I could take more hits without dying. Some downsides, I guess, here would be that stylistically, I don't think it's okay. So basically, just for downsides for this game by itself, I guess would be that it's nice that there's a shopkeeper. He's only in one location. It'd be kind of nice if he had multiple locations instead of going back to the same one every single time. Save rooms are nice, but after playing Harmony of Dissonance, especially, which also had them different locations for the shops, but having a quick save feature would have been really nice. It doesn't have one in here. Would have been cool, but they didn't have it. I don't know. And I don't know. And not a lot of complaints really. Mostly just those, I guess. The map's pretty easy to read. Game's pretty simple to figure out. I wasn't really super confused about anything in the game and what to do or anything, so it was just really a lot of fun and well designed. Comparatively with all 3 of them, let's talk about that. So, alright, Aria of Sorrow is really good, and it's hard to say much more about it because all of the fun and the awesomeness that's in it is really just within the gameplay. And I think between just with all 3 of these considered, Harmony of Dissonance I actually ended up liking better than this game, surprisingly, for a few reasons. I like that one the best of the 3 because it had so much good stuff. It was really long. I didn't have to grind in it. I felt really powerful, and the art style was really nice. The music was cool. You get upgrades to your whip. You can get cool different items for your armor and stuff. You get all these cool abilities to help you go through the castle and find all the stuff. I mean, it was big, it was awesome, and I loved it. Aria of Sorrow comes in a very... it's a second It's second because well, it has a lot of good stuff. It doesn't have the quick saves. It doesn't have as good of an art direction or music, I don't think. It's not quite as long, and you might have to grind a few times. But it's still good. It has different weapons, and the shop actually means something when you buy things. Get cool ways to change your stats. The soul system is really interesting. It's still really solid and a lot of fun, and I really didn't find myself not enjoying this game. In fact, I liked it a lot. And Circle of the Moon. This feels like this is what Circle of the Moon should have been. It has a lot of the same style, but just I don't know. Circle of the Moon was a little rough. A lot of grinding, a lot of weird decisions made. This is the one, like, if you're gonna get them, get this or Harmony of Dissonance. Circle of the Moon's okay. And this cost me $30. So, it's probably still worth it. Maybe you want to look for 20 to 25 for this one. You try to save it for Harmony of Dissonance instead, but this is still really good. I really enjoyed it. And this is really what got me into the Metroidvania style Castlevania games. So, which one do you like the best? Leave it in the comments. What was your favorite weapon in here? Leave it in the comments. I don't know. Leave me some stuff there. What other games you want to see me review? Leave that in the comments. And apologize for a couple things. One thing is it's kind of quiet because, well, it's late right now, so I didn't want to be too loud. And other thing is I was going to follow this up with me playing Symphony of the Night, because while I've seen all of it, I never actually played it. Right now, things I have though are a Wii, Nintendo 64, a Game Boy Advance SP, and a computer. So I did the horrible thing that horrible people like me do, and I tried to get an emulator specifically for that. I was also going to check out some of the DS ones, but Nintendo kind of took those down from the site that I go to, so they clearly don't want people using those, so I'm not going to be downloading any Nintendo emulators anytime soon. But the PlayStation ones were up there. I assumed it was fine. Got an emulator for the PlayStation. Got the ROM for the game, tried to set it up, didn't work. Tried downloading all these files it told me to get. Looked up a few guides, watched a YouTube walkthrough, did the stuff, didn't work. And so after over an hour of trying to get the fucking thing to work, I decided it's not fucking worth it. It's way too hard. I don't understand. I've had to download this other stuff I don't even want. So fuck it. And, well, the idea is thoroughly fucked. So sorry I can't play that. I guess it serves me right for trying to get that on an emulator, but oh well. So, that's where we're at with that one. So, I don't know, any other Castlevania games you want me to review, I can try if I have them. And, yeah, so, that was it. I've been Sam, a real person. Hopefully you like the review. And, I don't know, tell your friends.